Lots of sun, absolutely no fun.
Yeah, we towed it all the way up there for nothing.
Our weekend was dead in the water.
Sure, we could still sit on it, but what fun is that?
Dead boat batteries sinking your spirits? Right now, you can save $10 on Duracell Ultramarine batteries at Bulbs.
We should have named it the SS Going Nowhere.
For store locations, offer details, and limitations, visit batteriesplus.com.
Blog Talk Radio.
Me. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, did I do this right?
Hello, hello?
Hello. Who am I talking with?
Jay.
Okay, this is Tasha. Did we call the right number?
Well, both of us are here. I guess we did.
We don't hear anybody else though.
I heard a sound that said unmute before I could hear anyone else. Maybe everybody else is muted.
Oh, okay.
There
we
we
heard
go.
the same thing.
There we go. Can y'all hear me now? Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, that's what's up, yo. To the audience, I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. It's been about 3-4 years since I did Blog Talk Radio, and I'm a little rusty, so please forgive me. On the line, I got my homegirl, Tay. Tay, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Hello, everyone. As you stated, I am Tay, and let me see, just a little bit about myself. I'm a Virgo. My birthday is actually next week, next Tuesday. So really excited about that. I know, right? I'm not ashamed, I'll be turning the big 3-5, so it's all good. But I'm looking forward to this show tonight. Thank you for having me, Dave, so much for inviting me.
Oh, you're very welcome. Come on now. Like I told you, you just give me that different perspective of what, you got 3-4 guys on the show, but we also need somebody representing the ladies, and I appreciate you coming through. Jay Wren, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
What's good, everybody? Jay Reynolds. Don't follow me on Twitter. Say nah, show some love if you want. I'm a Leo. Actually, my birthday just passed the first of this month.
That's right, Leo.
I love everything. Some things more than others, but as the show goes on, you people will understand.
Yeah. All right, we were slated to have a one-on-one interview with my man K Lust. However, he never got back to me. I think he's a little busy at work. We'll probably reschedule that interview. So I am going to hop directly into
music.
I'm going to hop right into the war room. I'm going to talk to NFL because I know Tay is a huge Redskins fan, and I want to get her opinion on the Redskins. Look, the Redskins and the Ravens are the local teams, so I'm thinking, maybe we should discuss them first. But Tasha, what in the world?
Show some bias.
I do.
I don't know. What about the guys, let's say, who enjoy the Philadelphia team, maybe? What about showing some love to them?
Hey, look, I ain't got no beef with Eagles fans. Hey, look, I was just feeling
I don't have any beef with Eagles fans either, and their, blow pop rings and all that over there. But that's all right. That's okay.
Oh, no, we're not about to do that. Don't do that. Not in the first 5 minutes. Do not do that.
Did she really say blow pop rings though? Oh man. So, that's
She's trying to stop.
Listen. I will just say this because, you know, to be a true and I'll say to be a logical Skins fan, you have to understand what you are and what you ain't, to say the least.
True.
And you know, with as much as I love them,
that family member play for them, but I don't know. I just don't like them.
It's not easy being a Skins fan. I'll just say that it's not easy. You definitely have to have a tough skin, you know, pun intended. But you know, it's. Listen. I'll just say this. I'm still not sold on Cousins. We do have some new blood. We do have some new blood in there. I can't say that I am familiar with every single person because I will admit Game of Thrones kind of took me away from the NFL a little bit. So now it's just like I'm getting. You can boo me all you want, whatever. But I'm just like getting resituated in everything. So, you know, like I really haven't been paying attention too much, but I am not one of those who every year, one of those Skins fans who Super Bowl, you know, every year. That's not me, you know. So that's I'm one of those. I kind of sit back, look at how the first couple of games go, and then I just work my way from there. So
we can't let Dave off the hook. You're a silver and black fan, aren't you?
You say what?
I said you a silver and black fan, aren't you?
Hey, let me confess. I probably say no. I will explain myself fully. For those of y'all who don't know me, I and my best friend Brian will tell you. Shout out to TCM, by the way, the Connection Media LLC, sponsors of this show. My man Marshall, my man Kaz, my man Brian, and my man D Money.
Shouts out.
Brian has known me for since all my life up past 7 years. So he's known me since I was 7 years old. And he will tell you I've been a Redskins fan. I was a Redskins fan from the time I could start watching football up until the year 2000 when Dan Snyder bought the team from Jack.
That sounds familiar.
He bought the team from Jack Kent Cooke. And he decided that he wanted to bring in Bruce Allen and Deion Sanders and all these carriers, all these players. He decided he wanted to try to buy a Super Bowl. And then when they went 8-8, after breaking up that 11-5 playoff team, 10-6 or 11-5, and they broke up that team, I said, to hell with the Redskins, I can't do it no more. I can't. So then, that offseason, the Raiders were in the playoffs. And then they made it to the divisional game against the Patriots, and they got jobbed. After that, I became a Raiders fan.
You talking about the snow game?
The snow game. So the snow job, as Raiders fans like to call it, the snow job.
The tuck rule.
So I became a Raiders fan after that, and then I endured from 2003 from Kerry Collins to Jamarcus Russell to Matt McGloin, all these bum quarterbacks, all these terrible teams. And then in 2014 we got Derek Carr, and I'm like, man, you know what? We back on top, and we started building. It's just like the Philadelphia 76ers. You got to trust the process, and we trusted the process. Right. And now last year we went to playoffs. And I'm not changing teams again. I'm just going to be silver and black until the day I die.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I'm dead. I'm sure. Because I'm like this. Look, fan loyalty to me is now serious. Until I start really understanding what loyalty meant as far as being a football fan. I had to understand what I did was wrong when I left my team behind in 2000, but I'm not making the same mistake.
That's pretty late in the game to leave your team. That's almost unforgivable.
Hey, look, I admitted it. I admitted it live on the air. Like, I admitted it. You know what I'm saying? You can't come to me like, look, okay, cool. I messed up by ditching my team.
I can understand if you said, I was a youngin'. I like the colors and this, that, and third.
Right.
And then, I switched team. But this is 2000, man. You probably was smoking back then.
Hey, man, look. Look, I ain't perfect. I ain't never said I was, but at the same time, I knew what I was doing. I got frustrated, and I said, okay, look, I'm done with the Redskins.
You don't think I get frustrated as a Skins? I am. You don't think I get busted and disgusted as long as I have been a Skins fan? But I stick. You know why? Because that's what true fans do.
Okay, well, let me say this.
Ride it out.
I'm going to tell you the story how I became an Eagles fan. So when I was younger, my uncle was a diehard Cowboys fan. Diehard. And I didn't really pay attention to football, so one day I was watching the game with him, and he's talking trash. Oh, the Cowboys going to do this and the third. So just to oppose him, I'm like, yeah, I bet the other team wins. The whole time they were playing the Eagles. You know, They were winning a little bit, and then the Eagles came back and won. And he was a little bit legit upset with me because they did. And then forever, I'm just going to roll with the Eagles. Since you're going to be that petty, now I'm an Eagles fan. And then ever since then, I've been an Eagles fan. That's my quick story how I became an Eagles fan.
That's respectable. That's respectable. I can't get mad at you for that because you were just like, okay, look, I'm going to bet on our team. It happened to be the Eagles.
I heard they have some of the worst fans, though. I heard they have some of the worst fans.
With the Eagles fans?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
They got a jail in the stadium. It's a jail in the stadium. It's not good.
At the vet.
Yeah, it's not good.
So Jay, was that true that they had a jail underneath the vet?
The vet, yeah. It's a precinct, not precinct. I'm sorry. It's a jail in the stadium. So, because so many people go there and just cut a monkey, especially if we played New York. Somebody was getting locked up. You wait around the turnpike, somebody was getting locked up. They always were fighting. Even a few years back, they said somebody threw some drinks on Clinton Portis' mother. They're savage.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
They're savage.
Wow.
So who would you say is their biggest rivalry? Who would you say?
Cowboys.
As a fan, you would say their biggest as a fan.
Giants is the biggest. Okay. But I would say Cowboys is almost there. But the Giants because they're right around the corner. And let's be honest, probably for the last 15 years, it's been really between the Eagles and the Giants as far as the division. The Redskins have snuck one in. The Cowboys got a couple in. But the Giants have won Super Bowls, and we've been going to NFC Championships and just losing. So we probably hate the Giants a little more.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, on the line right now, I got my man Sion St. Bernard. He is the other co-host of the show. Yo, Sion.
Yo, what's
Sion.
up?
Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, man.
Oh, man.
You got to tell everybody a little bit about yourself, brother.
Yeah, I'm 31. I love sports. Redskins fan, diehard Laker fan.
Ew.
Since back when Magic retired, actually. That's hate in your heart right there. You must be like.
I'm going to say you can't skip over that. You cannot skip over that. I distinctively heard a disgusting remark from someone.
Nah, I was listening. I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, you must be like a Celtics fan or something.
Oh no.
You talking about the Lakers?
I know he ain't talking about the Redskins.
I heard someone
go
Eagles.
He must not be a Redskins fan.
I'm definitely not a Redskins fan. You ain't got to worry about that.
When he said Lakers, don't listen.
If you an Eagles fan, let's have a discussion about rings.
I just did that.
Time out.
I just did that.
Can't go there. Can't go there right now.
Ring pops don't count, Pep. Ring pops don't count.
Wow.
That's like they can go to when they talk about the Eagles. Never mind the fact we've been running the division for about 15 years, but it's cool.
Okay, the Buffalo Bills went to 4 Super Bowls. Does Jim Kelly have a ring?
That is the saddest story ever told. That's unprecedented. Like
So
we can't even bring them up.
So it's going to five NFC championships and coming up with goose eggs.
4 and went to the Super Bowl and lost to some cheaters. Let's get it straight.
Wait. Hey, yo, hold on. Before y'all even start throwing daggers at each other, I'm going to bring in my man Alan Ward right now. I'm bringing my man Alan Ward of Sideline Talk. You can catch him on iTunes. Yo, Alan, what's up, brother?
Yo, what's going on, fam? How y'all doing?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Alan.
Hey, so you just jumped right into a conversation about football and fanatics. So Sion and Jay, continue y'all warfare. I'm just gonna sit back and listen.
No, I was just telling the one Super Bowl made because we lost to some cheaters.
Who's team Ravens on the phone?
You talk about Philly and New England, right?
Right.
Okay.
See, I can't even argue with it because New England does cheat. So.
You mean the Donovan McNabb was exhausted game? Is that what you mean?
Donovan did his thing. He even made Terrell Owens look good.
How he make Terrell Owens look good? Terrell Owens had a Super Bowl record 12 catches, and Donovan McNabb in the fourth quarter couldn't hit the broadside of the Titanic.
And
if they knew what plays were coming, then what we want to do?
New England. Everybody in the NFL knows what everybody is running. The part of it
not true
that needs to happen is, look, everybody knew Terrell Owens was going to run the post, or he was going to run the fly, or he was going to run the fade route. Everybody knew that, and guess what? They didn't stop it. You know why? Because of talent. If Donovan McNabb had the worst receivers in the league, they made it to the Super Bowl.
He did have the worst receivers in the league.
Yeah, he did, until Terrell Owens showed up. And guess what? They made it to the Super Bowl without Terrell Owens. And in the Super Bowl, Donovan McNabb got tired. The pressure got to him because he wanted to throw up before the game and all that. And he couldn't show up in the big moment. That's why you draft a quarterback like Deshaun Watson, who's been in the big moment and shines, period.
Wow, wait, you said Deshaun Watson? Wait, hold on. So you were saying as an Eagles fan, well, as a, football fan, you would have rather have seen Deshaun Watson in Philadelphia green than Carson Wentz.
Actually, not at all. What I'm saying is teams got to draft cats who show up in big moments. Carson Wentz actually won a championship in his Division II college team. But Donovan McNabb won nothing at Syracuse and consistently won nothing in the NFL. They got.
We do understand.
That don't mean anything. Tom Brady won nothing in college. Then he got 5
East and Division II, 2 different things, right?
They got to the Eagles got to those division championships because of Andy Reid. I won't call it Donovan.
Okay, he was throwing and catching. Cool.
No.
I'm throwing shots.
Like we didn't go through no killers to get there.
I'm going to veto that because
be honest,
I don't think Andy Reid that great of a coach. Sorry.
If we really want to be honest, the top 10 defense of the Philadelphia Eagles for them 5 years got y'all to the championship.
When they were shutting down people, sent Michael Vick home. Who else we sent home? Brett Favre. We went through some killers.
Okay, Brett Favre always
I'm embarrassed by Jake Delhomme.
But see, Brett Favre always seemed to get colorblind at NFC championship games, especially towards the end of his career. Always. It was just like he would try to throw the ball downfield, trying to make a big play. He didn't really need to.
You got to give that man some credit. The dude was 40 in the NFC championship game, still slinging that jump. It shouldn't even have had to come down to him.
I give him all the credit in the world. But at the same time, don't you know what a conservative game plan is if you have the lead? If you have a 20-16 lead and you have a ball with a 20-16
Adrian
lead.
Peterson couldn't run through a Japanese wall. He couldn't get through nothing. I saw it. They gave him the ball.
Did you
they
say
gave him the ball? He didn't do anything. Those little paper
Brett
balls.
Favre will throw you out of Super Bowls. He's pretty much thrown you out of more Super Bowls than he's won.
Hey, he would throw you into a championship game, though. NFC is something. You'll get there.
And Jay Cutler is Brett Favre 2.0.
No, he's not.
Okay.
Jay Cutler is Jay Cutler 1.1. He is no other trash like him.
Jay Cutler is he's a throwaway to game on it.
Do not get me started on Jay Cutler. We ain't got the time tonight to get started on the damn Jay Cutler. Yeah. I'm going to shift gears. A new story popped up today. I don't know how many of y'all know about the Ball family. I mean, LeVar's been all over the place, ESPN, Fox News, whatever. And today it said that LaMelo, his 15-year-old son, is going to come out with a tennis shoe. Now, this dude's still in high school. He committed to UCLA. Now, do you think that LaMelo Ball having a tennis shoe will prevent him from going to college? First of all, what's your
by the
thought
rules?
about,
I think so.
Yeah, so I figure like, so you figure LaMelo Ball is not going to be able to go to UCLA because he has tennis shoes. Now, if he did not direct profit from it, does that still disclude him from going to college?
No, if his father's getting the money, then there's no real pipeline.
Yeah, if under LeVar's name, then he shouldn't.
Yeah, so he can do it.
LeVar found a loophole. That's pretty much what it is. He found a loophole. It's just like when kids.
Good for
college,
him. I'm glad he did.
His parents were getting that money or whatever. But I mean, what are they going to call the LaMelos? The air no defense? Like, get the fuck out of here.
They're going to call them the cherry pickers.
Yeah, pretty much.
Savage, man.
His joint is going to have a cherry bomb on the side of that shit.
Damn. That's cold-blooded, man. But I'm saying a 15-year-old kid having his own tennis shoes.
But you know what?
Really
I'm be real. I'm be real.
The only thing
I'm good. I'm glad for him. He should.
Good about LeVar Ball. The only thing I can say good about LeVar Ball is his business savvy and his business mind.
Yes.
He's setting his family up for future wealth. Now,
even though it's on them, though.
I don't know.
But I swear his mouth has diarrhea sometimes, though.
Well, it's supposed to.
I'm a Lakers fan. I'm glad we got Lonzo, but I'm not glad that we got LeVar.
He's a wrestler, though. LeVar's a wrestler. It's either you like him or you hate him, but it's just like Floyd. Floyd is either you like Floyd or you hate Floyd, but you still going to pay to see Floyd.
America hates
but nobody's paying
Negroes,
to see LeVar,
and they'll pay to see him lose.
I mean, shit. Jay-Z just bought 3 Lonzo balls, and them shoes ain't coming out till what, November? Those shoes ain't even available. Jay-Z spoke candidly, and he said, you know, he respected the black business mind, so he was going to support him. Me, I don't mind supporting the dude, but at the same time, I still got to support my family, so I'm not paying $500 for no damn shoes.
No, I'm never buying a pair of shoes.
No, I'm not.
Is that the actual final cost? Is that the actual final cost of the shoe? It's $500.
Now, but I'm pretty sure it'll go down.
What the hell is it made out of?
Same old Chinese labor that makes $20.
No. Them joints is made worse. Because if you notice when Lonzo played with them in the summer league, he put on a different shoe after halftime. Steven Jackson actually spoke on the jump about that. Because you remember him and Al Harrington had a shoe.
You know what? I think it was a reason behind that. To be honest with you.
No,
I think he was doing it to show I can ball in any pair of shoes. It don't matter what I'm wearing. They just shoot.
And the thing,
I hear you.
And the thing about that, what he did,
Jackson touched on that though. He touched on the fact that the protege that him and Al Harrington came out with. He said that their heart was in the right place, but they didn't have the pipeline to those manufacturers. So at the end of the day, like he said, they made the shoes, and he could only ball like a quarter and a half in them, and they would fall apart. But see,
he was Stephon Marbury.
No, I'm talking about Steven Jackson and Al Harrington had a shoe back in the day, and that lasted all the 10 seconds because the shoes would fall apart. They used to sell them at
I ain't gonna lie, I had a pair of them.
I have a pair of their basketball shorts.
Wow. But see, the thing about Lonzo and him wearing the Triple B's, the Nike and Adidas's, after he came out and showed himself on the court that he was worthy of his pick and all this hype, Nike and Adidas both offered him $100 million to advertise for their to wear their shoes. So if you really want to look at it,
I think that was the whole point.
Right. That
Exactly.
was the exact point.
So you can't really get too upset with the
probably
bar.
got 100 mil either way. I mean, Melo
That-
had 100 mil. Or had 100 mil fresh out of high school. So he got the 100 mil either way.
Right.
Yeah, but their
Because of
first offer was like 20 mil because LeBron,
His father,
Carmelo,
pretty much.
LeBron and
I mean,
Carmelo
of course,
were
your
scorers.
first
They
offer
were
is gonna
guys
be
that
20 mil.
came out. They came out as scorers and guys who were going to carry franchises. Lonzo is more Magic Johnson than he is anything else. He's someone who's going to facilitate someone else being a superstar, not
Well,
really.
If he's lucky, yeah.
Yeah, if
Let's
he's really
not say
lucky.
Magic Johnson. Let's not say Magic Johnson, please. But Magic Johnson
That is
is
like
carry.
high level point guard position play.
Don't. That's wrong. That's the wrong name to go with.
All right.
Look, I'm a Lakers fan.
You.
I'm a Lakers fan, and Magic Johnson wasn't the best point guard of his era. So I mean, just is what it is.
He was not, or he was.
He was not.
He was. I would hope you would say he was.
The best point
He
guard
was
of that
not.
era
He's
was
the best
Isaiah
point guard to
Thomas.
ever play.
Straight up.
Get out of
The
here.
best point guard of that era was
Get
Isaiah
outta
Thomas.
here.
Isaiah Thomas was 6'1". He used to give it to Magic time in the finals. He played defense.
Isaiah Thomas wasn't even the best defender on his
Like,
team.
I mean, I'm just keeping it 100. I'm keeping it 100, and I'm a Lakers fan. And like,
man, come on,
Magic Johnson is the reason. Magic Johnson is the reason I love the Lakers.
Let's listen to this.
He wasn't even the best defender on his
we...
team. Joe Dumars.
Hold on. Let's
son.
Let's listen to facts
I
first.
ain't saying he's the best defender on his team, but he was that dude.
Isaiah Thomas has 2 rings, 0 MVPs. Magic Johnson has 5 rings, 3 MVPs.
3 MVPs.
Magic Johnson had arguably
he's the best
the
player
most.
of his
I had a question since we're on basketball.
He had the most dominant center of his era. What do you mean?
He's the most dominant center of any era. But yet and still, when that center
Actually, Wilt would be the most dominant center of any era if we're speaking like domination. But I mean, you can go ahead with
you
your
got
point.
38,000 points. That's domination. I don't care what era you
38,000 points.
points.
You played 20 seasons. He played 20 effing seasons. What do you mean? Wilt came out of college.
20 seasons ain't nowhere near 38,000 points.
Wilt came out of college, and Wilt went to the Harlem Globetrotters before he went to the NBA. They made rules about dunking to slow down.
All right, well, let me get one question in before we
not
switch.
38, not over 38,000. Okay, and he shoots the ball.
This has got to do with basketball analogy, but I was talking about this with Dave on Facebook earlier when we had the discussion about Floyd and Ali, and I made the comparison. It's like, who's better? I like Floyd, but you can't diss Ali. It's like Bill Russell and Jordan. You get what I'm saying? Everybody's going to say Jordan, but you can't forget about Bill Russell. Like Bill Russell's almost grandfathered in the greatness.
I agree.
I feel like everybody says Jordan because he marketed the best out of
So was
any
that a
basketball
question
player.
or a statement? Was that a question or a statement then?
It was more agree or disagree.
And yeah, I can agree to disagree on that. I mean, Floyd,
So
if you ask
say,
me, there's no way in the world Floyd is saying Ali. No way in the world.
Hell,
But again, I agree to disagree.
But 50-0 is 50-0. Nobody's done that.
I think we gonna eat. Wow, that's pretty. That's a pretty deep. That's a pretty deep subject right there. But I wanna transition since y'all done started talking about Floyd. Of course, we are talking about the money fight last weekend. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't really a Floyd fan, and just because he acted like he was so arrogant, like
he was supposed to.
He was arrogant, and I'm like, you could say Ali was arrogant, he was a showman. Floyd was the same way, but I just didn't really like Floyd like that. However,
so let me get in real quick before Ali made somebody shoot at him in the casino. Pulled up in front of a guy's house and yelled out the window,
that's because Ali had,
"You're not a champion. You're a punk." Huh?
Ali had no shield, and he had no security either. He was like,
don't do that, though. Floyd ain't going to pull up in front of Andre Ward's house in front of his wife and call him out his name.
No way. That ain't happening.
I'm just saying. Ali was savage.
Floyd is like 5'6".
Floyd would have somebody else pull out front of the house.
Yeah, Floyd is a $170 soaking wet. The kickback on the gun might hurt his hands. You know, he got weak hands.
Don't do that. Come on, y'all.
And Ali was what, 6'3" and 225 in his prime.
Yep.
Come on, it's a different thing.
No, he had a guy pull a gun on him because he was talking trash.
Okay.
When another boxer put a gun on him.
Yeah, because Ali was reckless. Ali was reckless. He was brash. To be honest, people didn't start appreciating Ali until after his career. During his career, there were a lot of people that didn't like him, and a lot of people that watched his fights just to see him lose.
100%.
Like if we're being honest, and to be honest, the thing about Ali not going to the war because of his beliefs actually won him more fans than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't because of his boxing. It wasn't because of the sweet science. It was because of him standing up and not going to the war. Right. That's when people transcended from hating Ali a lot to, okay, maybe he's just not some loudmouth, brash black dude.
Which is probably
who was ahead of his time, by the way. Way ahead of his time.
And just like a certain young man who is kneeling and getting all this attention, he stood up for what he believed in. And back in his day, he was vilified. Now he's celebrated. Even
I got a couple topics on Kaepernick too, if you want to discuss them.
Let's go. I don't. You know what?
I got it written down. We can run through them real quick.
Go ahead. I'm not going to.
Okay. Go ahead. Jim Brown comments versus Kaepernick. Jim Brown said.
I'm gonna have to go last.
Said it was being disrespectful.
Jim Brown said, "I'm an American. I do not desecrate my flag." That's what Brown said. So you do a little research. You find out that Jim Brown was against Dr. King's nonviolent protests. But here's the thing: in 2016, Jim Brown said this about Kaepernick. He is within his rights. He's telling the truth as he sees it. I'm with Colin 100%. So why he changed up 100% now?
He going.
Didn't he also meet with President Bush? Not Bush, Trump though. Didn't he meet with Trump though too?
I didn't want to say it, but yes.
He met with 45.
He sure did.
He met with 45. Kanye met with 45. Everybody, all the quote unquote hip black folk met with 45. So yeah.
I go off for an hour on Kanye. That dude is like a whole other level of suspect and crazy.
Yeah, I had too much respect with Jim Brown and Bill Russell and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Muhammad Ali. I have too much respect for what they did back then when they did it, when it was like real life death threats for you to say anything positive about black people. But he's absolutely wrong in this day and age on what he's speaking.
Right. That's what I would say. I'm not qualified to say what I'm about to say, but shut up, Jim Brown. Stop.
With all due respect, shut up, Jim Brown. Yeah.
With all due respect, stop.
But what do you? I want to know. I'm interested. I'm interested in knowing what do y'all guys.
Going senile or something. I think he.
I was getting ready to say what brought about the shift. I'm interested to hear what you guys think brought about the shift. Though.
Well, I mean, the optics alone looks like this meeting with Trump made him change his mind. That's just the optics. We don't know, but you're on record in 2016 saying the total opposite. You can't fight that off.
I mean, he spoke out against Martin's nonviolent protest, and to be honest, that meeting that happened between Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Muhammad Ali, and stuff like that, it was actually a meeting for them to hear out Muhammad Ali. It wasn't exactly a meeting for them to actually stand up with Ali. It kind of came off that way. So, I mean, he was the whole time.
He still was, even besides that meeting, he still stood up for,
injustice.
His era.
I mean, I don't know that he stood up. He had a meeting of black superstars so that he could hear out Ali's point of view to why Ali didn't want to go to the war. the same way I feel like he should maybe sit down with Colin Kaepernick and actually listen to the young man before he starts running his mouth. Honestly,
I don't think he needs to. He know what his protest is about.
I hear you. At the same time, having a bunch of cameras in your face and speaking to someone one-on-one is a totally different conversation. So at the end of the day, being able to sit down with the young man and exchange ideas might be something different.
I agree with the one-on-one. The simple fact that simple face-to-face, maybe he's not understanding what Kaepernick is all about. We're giving him credit for understanding and being against it. Maybe he has a different way of how Kaepernick can better effectively get his message out there. So, yeah, that one-on-one shit.
I'll be honest with you, though.
Camera.
I'll be honest with you. Someone with the stature of Jim Brown coming out against Colin Kaepernick instead of keeping that in-house. Because, trust me, if Jim Brown wanted to reach out and speak to Colin Kaepernick, it'd be nothing for him to get the info. For him to do that publicly actually hurts just the Black Lives Movement and everything that Colin Kaepernick is trying to accomplish in the community. So, in all honesty, you don't want to say if you're not with us, you're against us, but to come out publicly, you're kind of against us.
It feels like
hurt the movement and you hurt the perception a lot.
And Aaron Rodgers had a comment too about Kaepernick, which I applauded.
He said Kaepernick can still play.
And he also
here's my issue
to think that his activism has nothing to do with him not being in the NFL roster. That's big.
Here's my issue with what Aaron Rodgers said, and it's not really an issue. Issue's probably the bad word, but if I'm not mistaken, Aaron Rodgers has pull in Green Bay. He's the best player.
I don't think so. The people on that team up there.
He look, at the end of the day, man.
At the end of the day, he's the quarterback and the leader in the face of that team.
To be honest, the only
him
guy
speaking alone is a lot of pull. He's the best quarterback in the game right now.
The only guy that has pull in sports, like the only guy that I feel really has that kind of pull is LeBron. Anybody else?
Brady does.
Brady doesn't have that pull. If you think that Bill Belichick won't cut his 40-year-old ass a heartbeat, fuck out of here.
If he decided to, Brady has that pull.
Look, why do you think Brady's not the highest paid quarterback in the league? Brady's supposed to be the GOAT. He's not the highest paid quarterback. You know why? Because he's taking that hometown discount. You know why? Because he might end up on the damn Browns. They pull a Richard Seymour on his ass.
Wait, don't matter. He got 5 4 weeks. He can go. You don't mind. You realize
the model, right?
Richard Seymour started talking about wanting money. Guess what they did to Richard Seymour? They sent Richard Seymour to the Raiders, who sucked at that time.
But you can't compare Richard Seymour to the quarterback of the team.
I hear what you're saying, but the team went 3-1 without that quarterback last year. They went 10-6 with Matt Castle when he blew his knee that year.
But they won 4 Super Bowls with that quarterback.
Bill Belichick has proven over time that if you're an older player and if you start talking money, Bill Belichick will cut you. Bill Belichick will ship you out and then you can say hello.
Bill Belichick would never cut Tom Brady. Let's be real.
Actually think about it. Tom Brady's been getting credit for Bill Belichick's greatness for all years. In a heartbeat,
I agree with that.
Out of there. If y'all think he won't ship that ass
I'll
out
say
of
this.
there.
Tom Brady is the greatest system quarterback ever.
Indeed.
Y'all bugging. Y'all bugging. That's all I'm saying. Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback, period. I hate every single thing in Boston.
I will say this. Before we say this.
Greatest quarterback to ever play.
Yo, what? Before we trade this to the next subject, I'm gonna say this.
Me personally, Peyton Manning is the greatest quarterback
who ever played a game.
In my opinion, though, Peyton Manning is the greatest I've ever seen.
Okay, I want to know who's everybody's pick for the greatest QB. Who's just get it out the way since we went down this lane. Who's everybody's pick for the greatest quarterback of all time?
Peyton Manning.
If we're talking about ever, it's Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. We can't discuss that. We talking about the actual mechanics of a quarterback.
Honestly, no.
Peyton Manning.
if we're talking mechanics for quarterback and just seeing that dude, Dan Marino.
What?
Dan Marino.
I'm still taking Peyton.
Dan Marino threw the best ball I ever seen in my life. Dan Marino put up 5,000 yards in a league with in a league where they could actually put their paws on wide receivers.
Dan Marino.
Yeah, see, if you talking about best balls thrown, I would say Warren Moon threw a better ball than Dan Marino.
You know what, man? To me, it's between Warren Moon and Dan Marino, but Dan edges him.
Warren Moon threw a better. Warren Moon threw the pretty spell.
Warren Moon is a 3 Hall of Fame. John, you realize that, right?
Warren Moon threw the prettiest post corner I ever seen in my life. He dropped that thing in the ball.
Warren Moon is in 3 Hall of Fames for a reason. If we're talking about the better
but like
quarterback.
If I'm talking overall, I would go with Marino. If I'm talking straight quarterback. If I'm talking the greatest ever, come on, man, we got to go with Joe Montana. Joe Montana
I was waiting for someone to say Joe.
Joe Montana wasn't no system quarterback. He took the trash-ass Kansas City Chiefs to the playoffs. Like, I don't want to hear nothing. Tom Brady's had Bill Belichick holding his hand his whole life. Bill Belichick and Adam Vinatieri.
What was Bill Belichick doing in Cleveland?
Wait a minute. I didn't do anything. What was Bill Belichick doing
in New England before he started Tom Brady?
You set us up.
Actually, first off, he was winning. He was winning a little bit with Drew Bledsoe, and in their first Super Bowl season, he actually won a playoff game with Drew Bledsoe. So we can't discredit that. He took bum-ass Matt Castle and went 10-6. So we're not about.
Did they make the playoffs?
That's the system.
Did they make the playoffs all day?
That's the system, bro. If my team, if the Redskins go 10-6, if the Redskins go 10-6 right now, I don't give a fuck if we don't make the playoffs. Guess what? We had a success.
Shit. If we go 10-6 and don't make the playoffs, I'm heated.
We've had a lot of trash. We've had a lot of trash ass seasons. I've seen Gus Farrat. I've seen Keith Schuler. I've seen a lot of bum ass.
Oh God! Please stop it!
Tony Banks, Jeff George.
If we go 10-6, I'm hyped.
10-6 with no playoffs. That is
man. Look, 10-6 is a building block to me. We gotta win it right.
We gotta put this in here.
I'm sorry.
Because it is such big news.
That's all you're doing.
One more thing, because it is such big news before we switch. Mayweather and Conor did 6.5 million, highest ever pay-per-view buys.
Is that a surprise?
Crazy.
Mayweather has a big following. Mayweather has fans that are as obnoxious as Cowboys fans. And then you have Conor fans who support him with whatever he wants. So I'm not surprised to get all those guys. Not at all.
I'm surprised it wasn't higher, because you have the UFC fans, you have the boxing purists, and then on top of that, you had the people who wanted to watch for the pure entertainment. And on top of that,
they said they had a shitload of illegal streams. Illegal streams is almost as many as the buys.
Yeah, you had the white people that wanted to see the black guy get his ass whooped by the Irish dude. So
we don't know who's listening. Don't say that.
Man, look, man, the feds is listening.
I don't care who's listening. Who got my phone fat, whatever. I'm not paying $100 to watch a UFC fight.
How y'all feel about Oscar De La Hoya dissing the fight?
I streamed that joint.
What did he say? I still don't know. I still don't know what Oscar said.
This is a bullshit fight. This ain't a real fight. The real fight is September 16th. Here's my thing about that. I think Oscar De La Hoya should shut the hell up, because if Conor beat Mayweather, it killed boxing, and he knew that. So boxing was at stake.
There's no way McGregor had a chance of beating Mayweather. There's no way.
Now that I have a chance to fight.
But I'm just saying.
There was no way.
I mean, to be honest with you, if you watch the way
but
that
isn't boxing practically done already? Though I mean, I can't tell you who has what belt. I don't really care. Like
no one
cares.
I mean, that's what belt.
But if you want to say that, UFC the same way. You only can name like 5 UFC fighters if you really don't watch the sport. You got Conor, Ronda, John Jones. Like, it's not really that big for people to be, dick riding UFC. Like, it's like that. It's really not.
I'm a UFC fan more.
Well, dang, why you got to take it to the penis riding and everything? I mean,
to be honest, UFC's draw is for the common man. UFC's best fighters fight on regular TV. You catch some of their fights on regular TV and stuff.
Well, they
like
only
that.
got one pay-per-view draw left.
The thing about boxing is just it's been mainly pay-per-view, and they lost a lot of fans for a lot of years doing that.
You think they should let Berto fight?
You're putting fights on. No, I mean, look.
Berto said he wanted to fight in UFC. Dana called me. Andre
Berto has out of this world hand speed. He has power in both hands. He would be a threat to anybody that he fought until they tackle him to the floor. Until they tackle him.
I'm about to say boxing and UFC are two different things. It's like
Kimbo Slice 2.0, Pimpin. Kimbo Slice 2.0.
I wasn't a fan of Kimbo Slice.
I like to see him try it. If he hit somebody with them hands,
McGregor trying boxing.
I would like to see him.
Hey,
he
wanted that smoke. He got it.
Conor McGregor talked himself into that, though. He was talking all that cash money.
Conor McGregor sold wolf tickets to get $100 million. I'm gonna sell that many wolf tickets too.
Oh, I mean,
$100 million.
I ain't mad at him selling. I ain't mad at him selling wolf tickets. I'm gonna be honest with you. For $100 million, me and Mike Tyson can glove up right now.
Well, that's not fair. You know, Mike Tyson ain't got that. It's not fair. Tyson ain't really got that
kind of money. Man, for $100 million though, Mike Tyson's power is the last thing to go. A 50-year-old George Foreman knocked out a young stallion in the heavybweight fight. At the end of the day, Mike Tyson will still take your throat off.
Anybody who named all their kids George is not to be messed with anyways.
I know, that dude's crazy.
Disclaimer, that is the last time we will mention his name on this show because of his comments on Kaepernick and his other foolish old man comments. So fuck George.
Wait a minute. I missed it. Wait a minute. What did George say?
Can we just agree to give these old guys like a CTE pass?
What did he say? I want to know.
If we gonna remove George Foreman, we got to move Charles Barkley too, because he be saying some asinine nonsense. So I mean,
George Foreman and Jim Brown got CTE. That CTE flare up every now and again. So
no, he didn't say the CTE. No, he didn't take it to the CTE.
That's all.
You're reckless. Though I think Jim Brown wasn't
that.
I think he wasn't at too. I don't know.
Y'all still didn't tell me what he said.
George Foreman ain't been right since Ali and Zaire. Let's be real.
I'm reading from this site called the Daily Caller, and basically he said according to Foreman, all Kaepernick is doing is trying to be another Muhammad Ali by speaking up about politics. Well, he needs to realize that a lot of Americans died in war so that they could have that privilege. Foreman said that in his era, nobody would have done anything like these or other. Foreman said nobody in his era would have done anything like either of these athletes because they had more respect for America. We all came in the era when we were patriotic.
Bullshit, they had less respect for America, but
that's kind of a contradiction. I mean, that's exactly what Ali did when he decided not to fight in a war.
George Foreman been sold out since the George Foreman grill. Like, I'm not even about to. No, I'm not even.
It gets better. He even called Kevin Durant a sore loser.
He called him what?
He called Kevin Durant a sore loser.
I agree with that. I mean, if you want to fight, I agree with that.
Look at the pot calling the kettle black. George Foreman lost the fight and retired, so he can sit his old ass down somewhere, straight up.
Now, I bet you didn't know this. George Foreman, as a young entrepreneur, helped George Foreman out of bankruptcy by sponsoring his fight against Evander Holyfield in '91. So do you think So do you think that Foreman is just coming to Trump's defense, or do you really feel that he feels that way about Kaepernick and?
No, then that changed my whole optics. That's how Trump is his friend. he gonna defend his friend at any cost.
I hear you, but at the end of the day, man, to me the issue, the standing is bigger than Trump or any of that. It's not even Trump's America. It's just America.
What I've learned and I've seen with these people, when you get a lot of money, you don't consider yourself black no more. Think about what all that shit Kanye was saying. All that shit Kanye was saying before. When he get on, he beat your ass for a white girl, and then he left for a white girl. Like, all that shit Kanye was saying, he did a whole 360, and then we just supposed to look at him looking like Blade, and then be like, all right, cool with it.
Hey, after that first album, I don't mess with Kanye, so, I mean, it just is what it is.
He lost it.
Honestly, you get some cats like that, some cats like Jason Whitlock who needs to shut the hell up, but then you got a guy like LeBron.
I'm be on this show saying I hit him.
I despise LeBron as a basketball player, but as a man, off the court,
he's a
and
great
as a
dude.
role model, as a businessman, and the fact that he still stands up for the black community, I have nothing but the utmost respect for LeBron.
Hate him as a player, but as a man, I can't say nothing about that dude.
LeBron's a $1 billion athlete, so I mean, you have the sum, but I think the fact that LeBron kept his friends who he grew up with around, it made the difference in his life. You know, some of these guys get money and then they get new friends that won't tell them. I don't feel like LeBron's what?
I said we still disliking LeBron on the basketball court. Is that still a thing?
It's turning because Kevin Durant, he did a heel turn on everybody.
I mean, if we're being honest, LeBron James is the biggest underachiever to me in basketball.
Oh, come on. I don't like him. That's a lot.
I'm LeBron James. I'm 6'9", 270. I outweigh everybody else at my position by at least 40 pounds, and I don't have a post game. I can't.
Yeah, but let me ask you this: what was his?
I gave Andre Iguodala a Finals MVP because I didn't have post.
Well, hold on.
Come on.
Let me say this now. He was projected to be in the conversation with Jordan from the beginning. From the beginning, we all thought Jordan's 6 rings was untouchable.
We're going a little bit too far. We're going to too many different extremes.
No,
LeBron
when he first came out,
the most underachiever in basketball. I don't know where we got that information from.
No, yeah, I agree with that. He's not.
We if anything, it might be Shaq, but he's not in the conversation with Jordan either. Like let's not.
He said not a conversation with who?
He's not in a conversation.
He's not in a conversation.
The only conversation he's in with Jordan
is him, Kobe, Jordan. That's the only 3 people you can talk about. He's definitely there.
LeBron, Kobe, and Jordan. Hold on, time out. No, they're all there. Look, LeBron
who
and
Jordan and Kobe? Name a third.
LeBron is not
LeBron
in a conversation
from a
with
totally
Kobe or
different
Jordan,
cloth.
actually, but
Look, Jason Terry is not giving it to Michael Jordan in the finals. That's dead. Okay? I don't care who says what.
You can't compare to Jordan. We talking about in order of greatness. You got Jordan. We got Bill Russell. We can go to Wilt and all that, but Jordan, Kobe,
to be honest with you,
maybe Shaq, then LeBron.
Not shooting shots away from Bill Russell, but I'm not sure how. Look, he was Dennis Rodman.
All right, bro, that's the time. I mean, we're going to say that.
We're not going to do that. He was Dennis Rodman.
If we putting LeBron over Kareem already, we putting LeBron over Magic and Larry already.
Man,
no.
I'm not putting him past Wilt. I'm not putting him past Wilt. I'm not putting him past Jordan. I'm not putting him past.
Is he top 10? Is he top 10?
Of course he's top 10. The numbers say he's top 10. The numbers say he's top 10, but I'm not going to put him in the top 5.
How close is he getting to top 5? If top 5.
I think my top 5 is
to me the decision kind of blew top 5 for me.
My top 5
He's not in
is
the top 5.
I'm sorry.
Who your top 5?
My top 5. Top 5 is Kareem, Magic, Larry, Kobe, Jordan. My top 5 is locked. I'm sorry.
You got Kobe before Jordan?
And that's in no particular order, right?
No, not in that
It's
order.
in no
I'm just saying
particular
those 5
order.
players.
Yeah, it's in no particular order. Yeah.
I was about to trash the whole top 5.
Yo, those 5. Any order you want to get them.
What you say, sweetie?
But
no. I think LeBron could pick one of them dudes out of that top 5.
I don't have a top 5 for NBA. I don't.
Not for me. Because I feel like that era where they played in was a lot tougher than the era that they play now.
Well, we can't fault LeBron for playing in a soft era.
You would never in Jordan's era or Magic's era, even if they were friends, you would never hear one team.
100% guaranteed.
Or one player from one team go work out with another player from another team.
Man, if you saw that 30 for 30 on the Lakers,
even though low key Barkley did it.
Come on, man. Who's Barkley, man? I mean, look, Barkley might be top 3 power forwards of all time, but at the end of the day, if you hear Charles Barkley talk now, you know that he's a different type of dude. But even those guys were friends, those guys were cool off the court or whatever, but you never heard them working out with another dude or, you know what I mean?
Jordan would never.
Since we on basketball, did y'all hear that Kevin Durant dropped Under Armour stock 3%?
He what?
I'm explaining to you. Kevin Durant was on a podcast called The Ringer, and he said nobody wants to play in Under Armours. I'm sorry, the top kids don't because they all play Nike. That comment dropped Under Armour stock 3%.
And the bad thing about that is Steph Curry is the poster child for Under Armour.
Yes,
his own teammate is a
Steph Curry is the only dude that balls in Under Armour that's really top flight. So I don't know. He had truth.
It was factual. He was saying.
Kevin Durant been feeling himself since he got that ring though. He got that Finals MVP. He been feeling himself.
He should.
You feeling himself the year before he came to Golden State. He was still out there. All he basically is doing is turning himself into Kobe Bryant as far as what he's saying off the court and in the interviews.
Hold on. What we're not going to do is do that to Kobe. What we not going to do. What we not.
Back it up.
Kobe
gave you that smoke if you wanted it.
Kobe was acting up, but that nonsense you just said, no. There were two different types. Like Kobe was in a situation with a white girl, and he threw Shaq under the bus. That's what it was. Like Kobe threw him under the bus. Kobe pulled the D'Angelo Russell. Like
he was talking to a cop. He was talking to a cop who then that transcript got out. He never thought that was going to get out, even though he still should have said it.
But D'Angelo Russell didn't think that video of him and Nick Young was going to end up on his Snapchat.
No.
Dude, he recorded it.
Oh. Now his man car still got
that's violation already. I'm not going to record my man hitting some other girl and then joke about it.
Yeah, I'm not going to record my man talking about smashing some other drinks. So that's bad.
Yeah, that's just violation. That's why that's to Brooklyn.
You don't do that.
Yeah, Russell. Once he did that, I didn't want him on my team anymore. I'm glad we finally moved him.
You and me,
but Kobe didn't snitch on Shaq. Shaq was hanging out with somebody named Sheephead. Shaq snitched on Shaq.
She was hanging out with somebody named who?
Oh, that Superhead. Oh,
Shaq was hanging out.
Superhead. Correct. Wait. What was that segment? I hang out with her too.
It's super. I mean, to come with a cape or something, you gotta at least know her name.
I mean,
if you're a guy, Lord, I tell you.
Hanging out with somebody dead. You turn on. You already know what you're doing.
Can you what, sweetie?
Can I ask Tasha a question? Is it something that? Okay. And I want everybody to kind of feed off of what I'm about to
get into this new episode of Insecure if we're going to talk about. If we talking about.
Oh no, we'll say that. We'll say that.
I'll wait. All right, cool. All right.
I'm gonna ask Tasha.
You just took the wheel of the bus and you took a U-turn. I'm with it though.
That's because he's trying to involve me. He's trying to include me. That's what that is.
Right. I'm trying to get. I don't want it just to be a guy show. I want to get the perspective from the ladies. So I'm gonna ask her this question right now, and then I want you guys to kind of fill in afterwards. What do you feel?
I'm in the hot seat.
Okay. What do you feel? Why do you feel women's sports is not pushed to the mainstream like most men's sports? So say for instance, You have the NBA, which most guys love, and most women, a lot of women like, but they don't get the WNBA doesn't get a lot of support. And
I like the
then,
WNBA.
and then, but see, we're sportscasters. But then, come March, if you want to be honest with you, everybody and their mom is concerned about the bracket, about the men's bracket. But if you want to look back at it, the best game of all of that college basketball was when UConn got knocked off in the national semifinals last year, and that was the women's game.
I watched that game live.
So I want to ask Tasha, like, why do you feel that women's sports doesn't get the just credit that it deserves?
Okay. Can I be brutally honest with you guys? Because
yes,
I've had a theory. I've had a theory, and I just mean a theory. I can't say that this has been, confirmed by every single person I've talked to. But my theory is that it has a lot to do. It's okay, for lack of a better term, it's not sexy. And what I mean by that is, have all of you guys seen the musical biopic on Biggie Smalls when the scene with him and Lil' Kim, and Lil' Kim's rapping all hard and this, that, and the other. He's talking about, hey, yo, a man doesn't want to hear that. When he thinks of a woman, he wants the woman to be sexy. He needs to want to sleep with her, want to be with her, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of sports, particularly if it's women's sports, the women are out there. They're being just as athletic as the men. They have the same prowess and everything and whatnot. But
they're not being just as athletic. Let's be clear about it.
Can't really.
Okay, but what I'm saying is they're not the average female cannot go on the court or a volleyball, or go out there playing volleyball and do what they do, or basketball court and do what they do.
I enjoy volleyball. I enjoy female volleyball. Let's be clear about that.
It's amazing.
But
it's probably the greatest thing
now
ever.
wait a minute.
They're the great female athletes.
Huh?
The real MVPs.
They're the real MVPs.
Okay, but wait a minute. Are we talking? We're talking about indoor volleyball, or are we talking about volleyball outside?
If you're indoors, you might as well keep some sweat on.
Yeah,
because I was getting ready to say because
Team Brazil all day.
That's what I'm saying. But see, that's what I'm saying. That's my theory. That's what I'm saying is that it has a lot to do with the visual. It has a lot to do with the visualization of it. You can go ahead. That's just a theory I've had for a long time. You can go ahead.
I agree with that to some extent. But here's the thing. I think Swing Cash is sexy. I think what's her name? Skylar Diggins is sexy.
She's a cutie pie.
I had a crush on Maya Moore for the longest time.
Actually, Cappy Pondexter is secretly a joint, though. I'd be like, yeah.
Are we forgetting Candace Parker?
But we're not talking about finding we're not talking about one individual. We're saying as a whole. Like the ideal of women out on the court playing and this, that, and the other. Like, is it visually,
let me get a crack at it.
And entertaining?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I mean, I wasn't disagreeing with what you're saying. My theory of it is people are stubborn to what they watch. Let's put it that way. If you're talking about football, 9 times out of 10, most people only talk about the NFL. Even though we got Ernie came in Baltimore for AFL that had the AFL Rookie of the Year as quarterback. Most people still talk about the NFL. Same thing with basketball. Same thing with any other league. If you're talking about baseball, you're talking about the major league, not the minors. So that's kind of how I feel like people are really stubborn with their brand.
Okay, so
that's
my take on it.
The women's game is not pushed forward.
I think the women's game isn't pushed forward because it doesn't generate. It hasn't been around long enough to generate the amount of money, so it doesn't have that equity with people like the male sports does. But women, talent shows no matter what. If you're talented, you're gonna make money. That's why Ronda Rousey was one of the biggest female draws. Combat-wise ever, because
we're not going to talk about Ronda Rousey. Actually, to be honest with you, the reason why Ronda Rousey was so popular was because she's attractive. Like, it's not, to me, it's not really.
Well,
there
are a lot of attractive girls everywhere. That's nothing new.
I hear what
she's
you're
talented.
saying,
That's why she get paid all that money.
She was talented, but she was attractive. The
But
reason
she was
why
pretty to look at, yeah.
The reason
it's not
why
gonna hurt for you to be attractive.
Right.
Look, Skylar Diggins isn't in the top 10 for points or assists or any of that. But Skylar Diggins is one of the most popular female basketball players. Why? Because she has skills and she's attractive. The Gonzalez twins are really popular.
Yeah, but then she's not getting $10 million a year because she's cute.
They're really attractive. Yeah, she is. She's attractive. She's attractive and she's skilled. I'm not going to take away from her being skilled, but she's not a top performer in any category in her league. But she's one of the highest paid female basketball players. Why? Because she isn't afraid to flaunt her sexuality in photo shoots and things like that. Maya Moore hasn't done that, and Maya Moore is actually, they call her the female Jordan, but guess what? Maya Moore isn't that popular. She's popular to guys who like sports like her. But Maya Moore is not making $10 million a year, though.
Well, no basketball player is making $10 million a year.
No, I'm not saying $10 million a year playing female basketball, but Skylar Diggins makes about $10 million a year just on endorsements and things like that, while Maya Moore doesn't. Though Maya Moore is clearly the better player.
That has nothing to do with the people. Those are companies who want to invest in her. We can't
that's
blame
what I'm saying,
the public
because it has to do with Skylar
Under Armour wants Skylar Diggins.
Skylar Diggins is not afraid to flaunt her sexuality, whereas Maya Moore
she is
done
very pretty. I'm Googling her right now. She is very pretty.
Oh, yeah. Skylar Diggins, she's not only pretty, but she'll do a swimsuit model shoot. And, Maya Moore Maya Moore is more about sports. She's about sports. She's more of a purist. She's about balling. She keeps her private life private. And you know what I'm saying? She's not to be honest with you, to me, the thing about the WNBA, one, they're not as athletic. Two, they don't, you have few players to me who like try to shine. Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of them are like fundamental basketball. They're like the four corners or something. It's not as exciting to watch. Though I love Elena Deladon, and I watched quite a few the Washington Mystic games. Like I said, and the fact that they're not just like dunking on each other, like, I mean, it hurts the brand a little bit to me. But what more so hurts the brand is, one, a lot of these women they've come out as lesbian. Two, me as a man wearing a WNBA player jersey, that's not socially acceptable to me. Honestly, it's not socially acceptable.
Well, let's be honest. They don't need us. They don't need us. If women supported WNBA, they would do very well.
Yeah. if they supported each other as much as they supported those 50 Shades of Grey books, the WNBA would be a hit. I'm just saying, bruh.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you something. 50 Shades of Grey was a total crap. Okay, I'm a woman, and I said that. You heard me say that. That is one of the worst written books. But the reason why it was so popular was because it opened a dialogue. It started a conversation.
It started a conversation between housewives who aren't getting good dick. Let's be clear about this. It doesn't. No. It doesn't necessarily have to be good. But you're not going to tell me a bunch of middle-aged housewives who wasn't getting good dick, or who haven't explored their sexuality, who haven't talked to their husband about how they really want sex, didn't read that book, because it was in a bunch of books.
I agree. I agree with the last part of what you said, but. I agree with the last part. That's, so I'll give that to you. But when you said they're not getting, the good D, like what a lot of times, women, you with your fella and everything, and you're content, he's vanilla, and I mean, everybody likes vanilla. There's nothing wrong with vanilla, but sometimes you want a little thing, to go along with the vanilla. That's all I'm saying.
Sprinkles on that vanilla.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, so sometimes that's why I said that's why the book did so well, because a lot of women were probably going home to vanilla every night. They were probably happy with vanilla.
The book about a guy tying you up, you're going to read it.
All right, hold on.
And to me, the WNBA is vanilla. That's what I feel. It's just vanilla.
Let me ask this question real quick.
It's
NBA
whipped cream.
Live. I don't know if any of you have pre-ordered or play NBA Live. They actually added the WNBA into that. Do you think if NBA 2K
but NBA
also
Live
added
is such a dead
a
franchise.
WNBA?
How many of those
stay.
WNBA players are dunking on people? How many of them?
I mean, not really dunking on people, no.
Right, that's the point. Like, if I could
No,
watch
but
the
girl with the
WNBA
dreads.
game,
The girl with the dreads is a monster.
Brittany Griner.
Brittany
To be honest, Brittany Griner is more Theo Ratliff than anything else. She'll block a bunch of shots, but at the end of the day, she's not in the post. She's not in the post giving post moves, giving you a head fake and dunking on you. To be honest,
okay, so let me ask this question to Tasha.
If we're going on
since
post
we on
talent,
the subject.
Cynthia Fowles actually has way better post game than her. Or Nneka
Cynthia
Abubuke.
Fowles is a monster. Love Cynthia
Right, that's
Fowles.
what I'm saying.
Oh
but
God.
Cynthia Fowles ain't
Nneka,
dunking on
oh my
nobody.
God.
Nneka Abubuke,
Like,
she's
here's the
a
thing.
beast.
Like, I'm not really a basketball purist, but I like the game, like the basic game, like your fundamentals. And no,
Right,
it's
no
not
matter who playing it.
attractive. No, it's not going to sell a lot of tickets. The Spurs won a lot of championships being boring. Tim Duncan won a lot of championships being boring.
Well,
I mean, very
fundamental.
Very
And
fundamental.
he's fundamental, but I mean, he was never that type of superstar though. He wasn't a marketable superstar.
He wasn't, but he will win. And that's what I'm saying. He's a good basketball player. And that's why I feel what
Well, he can't be marketable. You ever seen this dude dress outside the NBA?
Oh my God, he
These
looks
dudes be wearing like dog sandals and them big bohemian shirts, just dressing like a mess. You can't market it.
But I mean, again, the WNBA to me is like Tim Duncan, like the best players in the game. They're not going to give you a lot of flash, a lot of, whatever that you're looking for in an NBA game.
My girl Kathy Pondexter
But
will
it's
give it
still
to you.
good. Like, I'll watch it.
Kathy Pondexter is my chick.
What is it with you and Kathy Pondexter, man? All she can do is score, man. She can't really
See, but Kathy Pondexter, she's demonstrative. She'll hit you with a little body. She'll push you off a little bit. She a New York baller, man. She got a little swag about her ball game. Just like back in the day when the game first came out, Tisha Penetiera, she was the big draw. Like it wasn't fundamental basketball. They called her white chocolate because she'd make a behind the back pass when she could just make a bounce pass. Like I want.
Let me say this because we haven't mentioned it yet.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say this because we haven't mentioned it yet because we've been going 100 miles an hour. But let's send prayers to Houston.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Shout out to everybody in Houston that is really struggling right now, man. Like our prayers and thoughts are with you here on the Renaissance Forum, man. If you can, please donate. Donate anything you can. Clothes, food. If you gotta get in your car and drive down there, go down there and show some love and give
Red Cross. I think the Red Cross got something.
Red Cross. Yeah, just go down there and give me time, man.
I know Blue High School, they're taking stuff that they're going to send down there. You know.
Oh, shout out to Joel Osteen for not opening your church.
We can do this right now. Let's do this.
No.
I had to do it. I'm sorry. I had to do it, man.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question then before we start.
Years, I ain't about that life.
I'm going to ask you a question about before we start about Joel Osteen. Do you think, because let's be honest, we all knew he wasn't there in person, do you think that he sent word and the people either didn't go to do their job or didn't want to go out in there and they just told him that it was flooded and he relayed the message not knowing it was a lie? Could that be a possibility?
It's
No.
possible.
I mean, everything's a possibility, but
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, it's possible.
That's a multi-million-dollar church. There are cameras probably everywhere. Be assured that if Joel Osteen wanted to know if it was flooded or not, he could turn on his laptop and check his cameras. Like, I'm not about.
Well, I got his statements.
Let him off the
I
hook.
got his statements.
Not at all.
If we want to talk about it, I do have his statements and what he said.
Mhm.
Do you?
Okay.
He's apparently liable to sin like everybody else. If he felt like he wasn't, it's something that him and God got to talk about at the end of the day. I mean, I ain't really going to cast him out. Other people out there helping, and that's what I want to focus on for real. I mean, I ain't got no beef with Joe. I mean,
it's just the optics look bad.
He got bad intel.
Forget the optics, man. I hear you, but at the same time, this ain't the first time he's done this. When they moved people from Louisiana after Katrina to Texas, Joel Osteen wouldn't open his doors to any of those people. So it's a pattern of behavior. You can't be the messenger of Christ, of God, of a God that preaches about loving your fellow man like you love yourself.
Yeah.
And then
well, he's a prosperity preacher.
But I hear you. But I hear you. But these are the people that are giving money to your church.
Yep.
These are the downtrodden that are giving money to your church because they want prosperity also. But the only person prospering is you.
Well, that's what I said when he said he's a prosperity preacher. That's what they preach, is that prosperity preachers preach that if the pastor's good, then eventually it'll get to my congregation. That's exactly what they preach.
I hear you.
So
But
that's a weird message to preach.
Your congregation wanted to go into your church so they could save their lives.
Yes.
They were worried about prosperity and money. It's about having compassion for your fellow man.
Humanity.
And I don't give a damn how much money you preach, how much money you claim that God's gonna bless me with, bruh. At the end of the day, if I ain't got life, it don't mean nothing. So
right.
I mean, I can't rock with that. And like I said, the point of having prosperity is to give charity. I mean, if you're preaching from the Bible and you're talking about Jesus Christ was never prosperous, but he gave. And at the end of the day, you can't preach about the same God that I grew up learning.
So do you
about
think this affects him? Do you think this affects him? Like after this is over with, when his doors open back open, do you think he's going to attack that Houston Rockets Stadium?
I mean, if I'm being honest with you, I don't know, because at the end of the day, the fact that
I'm gonna say no.
Christianity,
people gonna go without
the fact that Christianity was taught to black people to keep them enslaved hasn't swayed black people from being Christian over all of this time. So I don't know.
100%.
I mean, if I'm just being 100 about it, because like I said, people like to hear that good things are coming. People like to hear that salvation.
Well,
is
people
coming
want to
and
believe.
that's people
that's
want to believe in something, and he's a good vibe preacher. He's not preaching fire and brimstone. He's not preaching any real serious topics. So, like I said, he might be able to shirk it. He might be able to, you know what I mean, beat it. But
well, that's what I'm saying. You can do all the smoke and mirrors until there's actually a fire in front of you, and then we see how you act.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, his viewership may go down of his TV show and stuff, but I mean the masses that want to be, it's the same way with the whole Colin Kaepernick deal. People who don't want to see won't see.
Yep.
The information's out there, but if you don't want to believe it or you don't want to see the information, you just want to go, oh well, he put out some words. He said that his church was flooded. I'm gonna take him at his word instead of looking on Instagram or the photos that they have up where there was no water around his church anywhere. Like I said, he might beat it because
it just looks bad.
The fact of the matter is he should have had his church open from the beginning. He should have had his church open.
It's bad when the mosques open their doors to people before you do.
Exactly. There's no excuse in the world. If you're out here on TV and all this other stuff, T.D. Jakes should have did the exact same thing with the Potter's House. Isn't that in Texas, if I'm not mistaken? He could have did the exact same thing. You know what I'm saying? But you have all these people that are displaced from their house. You are immediately
came out with a GoFundMe looking for a new private jet. I was done. I'm done with all these televangelists. So I mean, it just is what it is.
Wait a minute, T.D. Jakes was looking for. I thought that was Creflo Dollar.
No, that's why I said Creflo Dollar. After Creflo Dollar came out with that tomfoolery, I'm done. I've been done with these televangelists all over the place.
I can't really rock with somebody whose last name is Dollar anyway, because it looks like you only have one. I know. Last name ain't
Is
Dollar.
that his real name? Is Creflo Dollar really his name? Or
Yes. See what you just did.
Did
What you
Creflo
just did was piss me off. Because I'm about to look up this Negro's name now.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. The thing about it is, like, I grew up in a where you want to show me your religion, show me your work, and that's just what it is. You don't have to preach it, shout it from the mountaintop. You don't have to tell me what your religion is. It is what it is. But your work will show me exactly the type of person you are. To be honest, I know people who've never been to church, will never go to church, and they're some of the greatest people I've ever met in my life. So at the end of the day, you show me your heart, man. Show me your work.
That's because people put too much stock into religion.
Yep.
When you put all your chips into religion, and then that mass cracks, people fall all the way apart, man. That's just because people need something to believe in, and you don't want to sit there and tell people what you believing in ain't what you should be believing in. You don't want to mess with don't nobody like their reality mess with. And you start messing with people's reality, they way want to believe what they want to believe when they want to believe it, even if it's wrong.
Like I said, African Americans, when slaves came over to them to keep them enslaved, to keep them docile. If you watch Birth of a Nation, they sent Nat Turner around to preach the Old Testament to keep the slaves from wanting to escape and things of that nature. So at the end of the day, like, I mean,
but if you dig deeper than
that is
the whole idea of Jesus Christ was stolen from an Egyptian like deity. They stole that entire story.
Indeed, it was. And I mean, I ain't trying to make nobody an atheist. Let's caveat that. But I mean, you just have to look at the root of things. If you really want to know the reality and the truth of life, man, you can go out and find it. And that's all I can say.
Yeah, we don't want to get too super woke on the first episode.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know what? My thing is this, because I don't knock anybody who who anyone prays to. I don't knock anyone who doesn't pray to anyone.
To give you peace of mind, to give you peace of mind.
Right, but my thing is that I definitely don't feel that religion should be used as a tool to control or to intimidate any race or community of people.
We're too late for that. Religion is running everything.
But that's
it's
what
running
I'm saying.
everything.
But I say that to say that I believe in what I believe in, but I don't agree. Because even with the congregation that I attend, I'm not going to say it because I don't. But even with the congregation that I attend, I do encounter those issues where there's just like this cookie cutter template of what the Christian woman, particularly the black Christian woman, is supposed to look like and how she's supposed to behave and this, that, and the other. And I've had my issues with that. So it's just like I don't feel like religion should be used. My faith should not be used to try to control me and to shape me into what you believe or who you believe I should be. That's all I'm saying. That's my 2 cents on it.
I agree. Wow, that was a pretty good 2 cents.
That's pretty profound, man. Like it's just sad that in these times things like that have to happen, where you have to actually question religion, when religion is the one thing that you get a whole bunch. Religion should be the one
honest,
thing.
You should have always questioned religion.
Huh?
You gotta actually research and look into people being told how to feel. And then you grow up that way, and you're convinced that that's really how you feel. Like I know people, like it's a lady that I know who's about 50, and that's all she does, church. But she's one of the meanest people I have ever met. And
Did you say neediest? Wait a minute? I'm sorry. Did you say neediest or meanest?
Mean.
Okay.
Mean, like a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we were getting into it, and I made a comment about. She said, "You're not gonna tell me about my God." I said, well, let's be honest. The devil knows more about God than you do. And she just, no, he don't. No, I said, well, let's be honest. By your book, he actually knew him.
Mhm.
So what are we saying here?
Mhm.
I'm about to explode. Oh my goodness, I'm about to explode. Because I'm like this. I was a former young adult pastor at my old church where my wife and I got married at. And with me, we came up with all these ideas. We did Gospel Jeopardy. We did field trips. We had the gospel rapper Ambassador came in. I opened up for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had all these ideas, but the thing about it was the church never got behind the young folk. And sure damn
of course.
Afterwards, all the young folks dispersed out of that church. And now you see people in there 75, 80 years old talking about that Lord is good with with false teeth and shit like that. I'm just like, you know what? When y'all had young adults in here, you did not support them. You did not go out into the community. You did not go out into the communities. You didn't go in the Mead Village. You didn't go into any of these hoods out here with the church bus trying to get these young people involved in church. So when the church
their eyes and their ears are open, they're ready to learn. Y'all don't take advantage of
it.
Exactly.
When the church dies off, you have nobody to blame but yourself. So when this church, you have nobody to blame but yourself. And that's
but how did that manifest, though? But how did that manifest? That's always my question. Where did that come from?
It came from you have to protect it's like protecting the core. If you're a purist, if you're like NBA purist or NFL purist, you hate all these new rules they come up with. And so it comes from that. You don't want nothing to change because you feel like the strongest message is the original message. But times change. You gotta put a little medicine with it to get people in there first, and then you hit them with the hard truth.
I mean, I hear what y'all are saying, and I understand, man. But to be honest, it to me, a lot of that comes with people putting themselves into religion instead of taking. Those people aren't so-called purists. I remember, when I was younger, I went to church. I had jeans on, and cats my age were talking real bad about me, and I'm like, can I afford dress pants? Like, I was like 13, 14 years old, and it made a profound impact on me because, like I said, I grew up in a church. My grandfather was a minister for 42 years. I saw the difference, and to me, you get a lot of people that get so caught up in their own salvation, they forget what the good works and what the good word is supposed to be about.
Right. It's amazing the place you're not supposed to be judged at. You feel mostly judged.
Yeah, they get so tied up. They get so tied up in their own salvation and being saved and sanctified, they forget that they were sinners, and they forget that they're supposed to reach out to sinners and try to bring them to Christ. So at the end of the day, I don't call those people purists. I call those people who are trapped in their own perception of what salvation is supposed to be instead of what it's really about.
Yeah, but I don't want to make it seem like we're trashing religion. If you're doing anything out there to better yourself, you're not tearing down somebody else, I'm with it 100%. I don't care what you call it.
Absolutely. Despite the experiences that I've had from people, I hold those people accountable. I don't hold the church, that I attend or my pastor, accountable
or the message.
Or the message, right? It's that particular person that I hold accountable, So it's just like, and it was so interesting you mentioning your jeans because, like, for me, I can't. If I had a nickel for every time one of those seasoned saints, as we call them, has approached me about what I wore to church or my earrings, y'all saw me with my earrings the other day, those earrings, like.
That's because you probably wasn't tempting those old men. You can't be in there getting them sweating and they trying to preach the gospel.
You had pothole covers on your ears,
Pothole covers. Wow, that's a new one. I'm not even mad at that. I like big earrings. I do. I like to make a statement. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you think if you look into history with all of like the African queens and things like that, like the jewelry that they wore was very elaborate, very big. you know, so that's what I like. I like big jewelry, you know, but the choir that I sing in is just like, oh, nothing bigger than a quarter, because, again, they're trying to, you know, my church, we do broadcast online, and we want to be mindful of the perception that, you know, we're putting out there. And the first thing I question is, okay, what exactly are you suggesting my earrings say about the person I am or the woman that I am?
Mm-hmm.
Right. You know, break out, start twerking or something.
You know what? They're trying to be trying to be vanilla. That's all.
You should, as a Christian, you
that
shouldn't be judging people anyway. As a Christian, you shouldn't be judging people anyway. That's wrong.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's the first thing we are taught not to do. You know, so that's why it's always so interesting that they're, even with me singing in a choir, because that's, you know, that's the way I choose to, you know, evangelize to people, to talk about, you know, how I feel in my relationship with Christ. So I sing in the choir, and it's just like, even then, you're still trying to put me in this box, and you won't allow me to just be Tay. You know what I'm saying? So, but I was so proud. It was actually my pastor. Well, I shouldn't say my pastor, but the pastor of the church who came forward and was just like, I could care less what your earrings look like. You know, and he talked about needing to reach a younger demographic and wanting to, you know, that we have to keep in mind of our purpose and, you know, what we're supposed to be doing, and that we're not only trying to reach a particular group of people, but we're trying to reach everyone, which, yes, includes young women like myself who like wearing big bamboo-looking earrings. You know, so, I mean, I love that, man. Y'all don't want me to go any further with that. I love my pastor, though. But, you know.
Hey, Dave, we got anything left on the topic list? We done probably ran through everything.
We going to do WWE.
We've been jumping all over the place.
This is good, though.
But see, that's the best thing about this show is the fact that we can talk about anything at any time. But we was going to go we was going to talk about WWE, Raw and SmackDown right quick, though.
I have no clue what's going on. I have no clue what's going on. I haven't watched a wrestling show for years.
Hey, look.
Okay, well, how much time we got? About 20 minutes?
We got about 20 minutes.
Here's the only rule I have.
I can make it quick.
All I'm saying
is... Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my fault. The only rule I have about wrestling is ABC. Anybody but Cena. Now he against Roman Reigns. I kind of got to be a Cena fan because I don't like Roman Reigns at all.
Since you said that, did you see what happened on Monday?
He's just nice. He's nice to look at, but he's not very charismatic.
Did you see? Okay. Oh,
yes.
No. Okay. Since you said that, did you see what happened Monday night? As far as
are you talking to between he and Cena?
Right?
Yeah, Cena and Reigns. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, and the back and forth.
Cena went.
Right, so I started off there. Roman can't cut a promo, and Cena, I can't really listen to. He's boring to me.
All right, so I started off. So Raw started Monday. They came on with a promo saying they signed a Cena match with Reigns for No Mercy. Which is kind of weird that you start off by saying that instead of letting it play through the show, but it was like cool. They opened the show with a battle royal for number one contender for the Intercontinental title,
which was a questionable decision.
They doing a title match next week, so I guess they're gonna do something quick to shut. Miz was legit pissed about wrestling in front of 45 people on SummerSlam, so they probably like, all right, we'll give you another match. You know, just shut up. We give you 2 matches for the title. Probably put you on the main event. So they teased the Bullet Club reunion. They do this every once in a while. Bray appeared in the match. He wasn't even in the match to fin out. Jason Jordan eliminated the Miz Taraj, his little friends, and Jeff Hardy won that. So it'll be Jeff Hardy versus Miz next week. Probably be the main event. I'm actually kind of looking forward to that, even though I figured Jeff Hardy not winning. Enzo, you don't think so?
No, I don't see Jeff Hardy winning that.
I said me too. I would see if anybody had him winning.
Yeah,
Enzo had his first cruiserweight match versus Noam Dar. And the reason why he's having his first cruiserweight match because his rival got legit injured last week, and he's out 6 to 9 months with a torn ACL. Oof.
Cass?
Yeah, Big Cass is his partner in the match last week towards ACL. So they put him in the cruiserweight division. He used Gail Kim's move to eat defeat.
You said what? I figured he was going to cruiserweight or NXT pretty soon anyway.
If he showed up at NXT, I think that would have killed him. It would have been over for him if he showed back up at NXT. So they kind of had.
No, I think he could have probably been a top NXT star. I think he really needs.
You know what I think will work for him? If they stripped him like down to all the shit that he's doing now, which the fans love, but just start treating him like a Conor McGregor kind of dude because he's bigger than most of the cruiserweight dudes anyways. Just have him talk a lot and then just fuck people up for a little bit, and he should be all right. he looks
but
like
you can't really job. You can't really have him as a. You can't really job to Enzo. He's not. He's light, but he's light for speaking. He's not light for he has.
He's too charismatic to be a jobber. He's too charismatic. You can't do that now.
Well, he's been a jobber for the last month and change though.
But he's not a good wrestler.
Look who he was going up against. Look who he was going up against. Somebody that's like twice his height.
Yeah, but again, he could put up more of a fight. If Big Cass didn't get injured, I'm pretty sure he'd have got kicked in the face and lost that match too. Like it was just like it was the same story every week. We're like, all right, we get it. But the next segment, Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman came out to promote the match with Strowman. That was pretty good. I like the Brock stuff when he just took the mic and was like, "What he trying to say is Suplex City, bitch." And walks off. I'm like, that's good.
Never liked Bright. I've never liked Brock ever.
I
didn't like his wife when she was wrestling either.
Wow. I just think that's hate. I just think you hating. Let's be honest. I think you hating.
I'm not hating. Have been some listen. Because her breast would prevent her from drowning. That was the only thing. Like Sable was not a good wrestler at all. Okay, there have been some women that come through there who were way better wrestlers than Sable. Cut it out.
Okay, well at that point in time, who was a better wrestler? At that point in time when Sable was wrestling, you had
what was that little Jackie? Oh, better wrestler.
Wait.
You can't give the belt to Jackie 500 times though. And let's be honest, she was black, so they was not gonna use her like that.
Goodness. But see, Jackie was better, and then what was the other chick's name that you?
Sonny.
Tasha, you messed up because now I'm thinking Fully Loaded '98 when they had that bikini contest. That's your fault.
No, don't think of that. We're talking about wrestling. Now, wrestling.
Oh, I know.
We're not talking about the bikini contest.
You know what? Remind me to go
Jackie's
back
in the Hall of Fame because she was a great wrestler.
The bra and panties match was wrestling. That's
oh my God, no.
Unfortunately,
this is the same reason.
Is it not? I mean,
that was one of the things. That was one of the things that turned me off from the WW. Well, it was the WWF then, but the WWE. That's one of the things that turned.
Now.
The bikini, the bra and panties match. Oh my God!
You know how much I would pay to see Trinity and Sasha Banks have a bra and panties match?
The internet would lose their mind if they did that today.
See, the way my marriage is set up, I can't go that far, man. My wife come out there and be like, see me watching TV, be like,
I know. See, I'm all for equal opportunity. No, I'm all for equal opportunity. So if you're going to have a bra and panties match, then y'all need to have some boxer briefs matches out there, too. That's all I'm saying. No, they need to be skimpier. They need to be skimpier than that, Tempin. They need to be skimpier than that. If you're going to have us come out there halfway naked, then no. And we know that's not going to happen.
Ass cheeks to hold me up for the rest of your life.
We had to do that already.
They did it a few times.
Who?
Kurt Angle came out there naked. Who else did? They
need to cut some of this stuff out. There are a lot of children in the audience at these shows. They need to really tone it
Well,
down. They need to tone it down.
That's why they had to change. That's why they changed the era. They went from Attitude to Ruthless Aggression to PG, and I don't know what the name of the era is now.
Like I still remember what the hell was that with Edge and Lita? You know, making out in the bed in the middle of the ring and everything. Like, what the hell was that? Like,
that's quality. That is called quality entertainment.
No. If that's the type of entertainment you're looking for, then you need to be, you know, hitting the adult channel subscription on your TV. Like, no, we don't need to be seeing that in wrestling. We don't. Listen. I don't own a single book from 50 Shades of Grey, but I've read excerpts, and it's crap. Like, when I read stuff, I like good writing. Now, I've read erotica before. Like, I read people like Zane, who are much better writers, but she won't see nowhere near the success
that stuff sucks
that the
too.
author
Be
did.
about it.
No. Zane is a good writer. Zane is a good writer.
Zane is like,
shout out to that TV show.
She grabs her by the small of her back, looks her in the eyes. Really? Did
but
she
who
now?
Who are you comparing Zane to? Are we comparing her
Porno.
to like a Really?
That's the point of the books. We want to be really freaky, but try to be classy about it. I know your game. Didn't they do a show? Didn't she have like a show?
You just
she had the Zane Chronicles, you know, which
she was using porn stars on the show. There were porn stars
which
on the
was
show.
you know, whatever.
Okay.
I mean, the books were more entertaining to me. You know, the books were more intimate to me, but you know, that's the whole.
Yeah, because you're sitting
story.
there reading them while you're eating chips with pajamas on.
But
so you watch some actual stuff play out on TV.
I'm not against LeBron
because it was bad acting. It was horrible acting.
All bad acting. If you and your dude try to say, let's act this out, y'all would look dumb as hell.
See, I guess that's just the film person in me coming out. I was a communications major, and that was my thing, television, film, and radio in school. So it's just like when I watch something, like, you know, I'm not really one of those, just take it for what it is. And, you know, like, I want it to be good, even if it, you know, is something along the lines of we're talking about adult entertainment. Like, I still want it to be good. It might be highly unrealistic, you know, but
very
it's
unrealistic.
But I have like OCD.
You gotta take it back to the wrong, man. we can't keep talking about that thing, man. Boy, we have to change the rating of the show, man.
All right. So back to Raw, because she the one. She did this. She started talking about Sable.
Back to Raw. They do
and
need a Raw
y'all
match.
took it there. Y'all took it. No, we don't.
We do.
I'll take the L for that. We gotta get back to Raw. We got about 15 minutes to go.
Okay. Well, the next segment is the Cena Reigns contract signing, which was pretty damn awesome. Let's be honest.
All right.
So the biggest quote of the segment was he called Undertaker a battered superstar at the end of his career with a bad hip. Just taking away everything Reigns did.
That's why I say ABC. That's why.
Because you say that?
Just for that.
I mean, but here's the thing. As a fan, you think that already. You like, man, Undertaker was old, so, but Reigns beat him. But Cena was like, yeah, you beat an old dude.
We all know that.
But you don't say it.
Undertaker is on my Mount Rushmore, and that's why I hate Roman Reigns.
Of course.
Right now.
Of course.
But do him losing to Roman Reigns take him off your Mount Rushmore?
No, losing to Roman Reigns made me hate Roman Reigns. Like, Roman Reigns need to come up for that one.
But it's the thing. Undertaker went out like John Wayne. He went out like he wanted to go. This is the best way to go out, let's be honest. If he beat Roman Reigns,
he just go out on top? Like,
why?
I know they don't
There's nothing in it.
Have somebody win WrestleMania for their last match, but for someone who met
so much to WrestleMania. So let me ask you a question.
For someone who meant so much to WrestleMania, why can't he just retire on top? I mean, you did.
Well, let me ask you a question. Would the match with Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair have been better if Ric Flair won?
No.
No.
When he said I'm sorry, and kicked him
I
and
love
pinned him,
you.
and he
I'm
started
sorry,
crying in
yeah.
the ring. He was crying before the 3 count. Dude, I couldn't watch. I had to walk outside, yo.
Right, I understand that, but what I'm saying,
Do
you
you
couldn't
know-
do
no,
it, you
look.
didn't do it with Shawn Michaels, and the only other person who means just as much to WrestleMania as Shawn Michaels is The Undertaker.
Undertaker.
He deserved to go out on top at WrestleMania.
He did. You know, at
When he
WrestleMania 30,
when he put that hat in the ring, man,
That was it.
I started getting choked up.
I know I had allergies out there, but still, I mean, he needed to go out as a winner. Like I said, you didn't do it with Shawn Michaels, so you had to do it with Undertaker, and you did. You dropped the ball on that one.
It's like
John Cena did lie a little bit in that
Roman
promo too, though.
No. Cena was spitting facts. It's and one thing about it that he
when he said he don't got the golden shovel. When he say the fans decide who's good in the ring, those are 2 flat out lies.
He said Roman looked at the U.S. title as a demotion.
Let's be honest.
And I would agree with him.
And I would think Cena did too. Let's be honest. When Cena said he got the jump, I felt like he took it as a demotion. The U.S. Open Challenge, which made it feel like it wasn't. But let's be honest. We all knew Cena getting the title was really. It was like, he's going to get the championship again. The U.S. nobody believed him to be a real U.S. champion, even though he was. Nobody was like, Cena's the greatest U.S. champion ever. We don't even remember it.
Right.
For
nobody knew.
For how much
nobody remembers. Nobody remembers that Spinner U.S. belt. Nobody.
That jump is awful.
Nobody remembered that
3 weeks.
U.S. belt.
They threw it in the trash, where it should be. I'm mad they kept that other Spinner piece of shit for 11 years.
Wow, you're right. They did. I forgot they had
11
that.
years. The Rock held that. The Rock had to hold that title. He had to hold it tight. And he changed it, but he had to walk around doing movies with a belt that spun. Come on. I mean, we try to big up wrestling. Give him a real belt. If he walked around with that big gold joint, that old WCW belt, everybody would want to touch it and be like, oh, let me take a picture with it. Nobody want to take a picture with a spinning belt.
Hey, Jay, I'm gonna fast forward to the end of Raw, with Little Miss Bliss and Sasha.
Best match of the night.
I want you to tell me about that.
The best match of the night.
And unexpected swerve too.
As far as her losing or after the match?
After the match.
I kind of saw it coming. And it's about time we start treating Nia Jax like something. You don't get too many. Well, Naomi just had the belt, but she's been kind of beating people's ass for a while and kind of somehow avoiding the title. You'll beat everybody's ass up into the number one contender and then lose, and you just keep doing it for weeks. And we're like, all right, what's going on with Nia Jax? I'm with this. I hope Nia beats her and gets the belt. I really do.
Me too.
Because leading to my other note I have, if Nia Jax wins the belt, Asuka just gave up her NXT Women's title. She's coming up to the main roster.
She's giving it up anyway because she's injured. She's up, 6'8", right?
I don't think she's out that long. I think they kind of exaggerated a little bit, but they still need to get the belt off of her. Who was going to beat her? She beat everybody twice. Everybody twice down there. Nobody was going to touch her. So this was the perfect way. Yeah, let her sit out.
It's going to be Asuka and Bliss.
Nah, it's going to be Asuka and Nia. I think it's going to be Asuka and Nia. I think because when Nia wins that jump and she's going to run through a few females, and as soon as you think nobody on the roster do nothing with her, you're going to hear that Asuka music and she will come out. Asuka like that, man. Asuka's nice with it.
It's tough.
Asuka's nice, man.
Side
note, Mike Bennett hadn't been seen on SmackDown in a few weeks. He posted on his Instagram he was in rehab for prescription drugs. So shouts out to Mike Bennett. Hope he gets healthy, feels better. They signed Leo Rush, which was, we knew that was coming. Ember Moon gets engaged.
He's a local dude too.
Yeah. He wrestled in MCW a lot. And he had a picture with Topanga, so he already on my list for the greatest.
Or, yeah.
And Ember Moon gets engaged, which I'm so upset about.
Devastated.
I love that look. Nice little chocolate. She like 4 feet tall, but that's cool.
Oh, that's crazy.
For SmackDown, really the only highlights for SmackDown: Shelton Benjamin. First match back in some years, they beat the Ascension. Bobby Roode beat Mike Bennett, which is weird. Mike Bennett just got signed. Kevin Owens shit was funny. The Kevin Owens stuff was funny. He came out, sat on the sideline, and went in and took the ref shirt, and then counted a 3 count for Sami Zayn, which is pretty funny. The Nakamura match, the main event was pretty good, but it's the same 4 people, the same mix of people. It's kind of boring. I mean, that's pretty much
Nakamura. Yeah, and then Nakamura and Randy next week for the #1 contendership.
Yeah, but that RKO to Nakamura at the end of the show,
mm-hmm.
that was pretty. That was a nice little dagger.
Wow. So we're nearing the end. We got about 8 minutes left, and I probably want to cut it about 2 minutes short. So, hey Tasha, what do I need to be watching for the week on television? What do we need to be checking out on TV?
Well, here's the thing, because I was kind of dreading you asking me that, because
you knew I was
the way that we watch. No, I'm gonna tell you the way that we watch series and movies now has changed so much. It's not just the same tune in next week to this, channel and this, that, and the other. A lot of people watch Netflix or
all right,
they're
so what
watching
are some good shows that you watch that you recommend people check out other than that?
That I recommend. Now that I can definitely tell you. Okay, there's this really good show that comes on NBC called This Is Us. You can catch up on the first season right now. The new season will begin next month, September 26th, I believe. So it comes on Tuesdays at 9:00. So it's starring Mandy Moore. It's basically about this family. They have all of these different emotional, interesting intermixes, experiences that they go through. Okay, it's a set of twins. They started off as triplets, but one died. Really? You guys are like cutting me off like no, I really don't care about that.
No, that sounds awesome. I'm with you. 100%. Sounds great.
But no, their family decides to adopt a third child, and it ends up being a black man. So he grows up with a white brother and sister, and it's just about the dynamics that goes on within their family. So definitely check that out. I also have something on Netflix that I think will be really good for you guys. You want me to tell you about that?
Shoot.
So there's this movie starring. Y'all being real foul right now. There's this movie starring Chadwick Boseman. Okay, it's called Message from the King. It's really good. It's basically about this man coming into town to try to find out what happened to his sister who's missing, and he just encounters all of this crazy stuff for this underground, crime world or whatnot. So that's a really good movie. If you have Netflix and you know somebody who'll let you borrow their account, check that out. That's really good. Okay.
What about Death Note? You're not into that?
No.
Oh, that's awesome. The movie was okay, but I digress. What else should we be watching?
Well, no. What do you think that we should be watching? Tell me a little bit more about that, and maybe it's something I'll have to check out.
What's anime? I don't know how many people will be listening to. It's an anime show that they made into a movie, into a real movie, so you can watch the movie and catch up. But what else we should be watching, Tasha?
Well, the last thing I'm going to tell you about is opening tomorrow is Inhumans, Marvel's Inhumans. It's based off of Stanley Lee's comic of the same name. And they're going to show it in IMAX theaters, but they're also going to have the show series start on ABC in a few weeks. So that might be something to check out as well. I watched the trailer, and based off of the trailer, I wasn't too set on it, but we do know that Marvel and comic book films are really big right now. So, it might pick up speed later on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm definitely check that out. I'm a Marvel guy.
Well,
So that's my triple threat right now. I gave you a movie on TV, Netflix, and then a movie opening at the movie theater.
Okay, so let's talk about how your girl is a lame.
Oh, man.
We don't got enough time for that. We don't have enough time for that.
We have approximately 5 minutes, and they gonna kick me out.
That ain't enough time.
It's
we
enough
ain't got
time.
enough time to get into that right now. We may have to do another show. Look, we gonna do the same thing.
Show.
You could have a show, an entire show on Insecure alone. I'm sure.
Next show, remind me to dig into Tasha shit about her girl Issa.
Oh,
and her girl Marley.
I tell you what. When I produce the show, when I got the show next week, and I'll put that on there. So I'm going to sit back on you, and I'm going to have y'all go back and forth.
We should put the get a ring bell and go ding ding, and we're gonna go.
Hey, we already have a ring bell. That's my last name, so it's all good. Hey, I ain't never scared.
Hey,
your girl file.
Man, y'all wild, man. Hey, closing comments. I got 30 seconds for each of you. Tay, I'm gonna start you off first. You got 30 seconds to give us a closing statement.
East ain't that bad. That's it.
Yo, Jay Ren, 30 seconds, man.
Issa, her name is it's a hoe. That's her real name. It's a hoe. And follow me on Twitter at Jay Reynolds.
Yo, A Ward, what you got, man?
Listen to Sideline Talk each and every Monday at 5 p.m. on Spreaker.com. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at The Sideline Talk. Also, Facebook group, #Sideline Talk. I'm excited for Saturday. I don't know how many people on here are college football fans, but Florida, Michigan, and Florida State, Alabama are games that I will definitely.
So you just gonna forget about Ohio? You just gonna forget about Ohio State?
Ohio State and Indiana about to kick off.
Ohio State, Indiana is on in like 2 minutes.
Yep, and I'm doing that right now. Hey, Sion, you still there, man? Sion didn't dip. So I'm gonna close out the show.
Oh, you better hope Sion here next week, because he better help you with Issa, girl.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I appreciate everyone for having me on. I appreciate the invite.
Oh man. Hey, it's all good, man. We if you want to come back next week, feel free, bro. Hey, it's all good, man. But this is DET. I want to say thank you to my man Alan Ward, my homegirl Tasha, Sion, my man Jay Ren. Just thank you very much for coming out, and thank you for just being on the show. And I'm gonna holler at y'all next week. To all the listeners, thank you very much.
Gratitude.
For the listeners, the ones who did listen to the show, thank you very much for giving us 2 hours. Yeah, see, they just gave me the 90-second warning. They gave me a 90-second warning. They about to kick me off in a minute. So thanks to everybody for listening. You can check us out on Blog Talk Radio / the Renaissance Forum. So
the Renaissance
Forum. The Renaissance Forum. Yes, the Renaissance Forum. So we will holler at y'all next week. Y'all have a blessed week, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Good night, everyone. Peace.
Out.
Good night.
The bugs were cleaned off. I cleaned the bugs off.
I got a brand new jacket.
I checked the weather forecast.
We packed our rain gear.
But I never made it out of the driveway.
I Googled Sturgis.
Getting ready for a motorcycle ride? Save $10 on Duracell Ultra AGM motorcycle batteries at Batteries Plus.
I even got a new tattoo.
What?
For store locations, offer details, and limitations, visit batteriesplus.com.
I lost my baseball in it. I can't find the sprinkler.
I'm pretty sure we have a kiddie pool.
I know the hose is in there somewhere.
It's sort of even with the top of the fence.
Is your grass too long? Save up to $10 on Duracell Ultra Lawn and Garden batteries at Batteries Plus bulbs.
I can't see my garden gnomes anymore.
Yeah, that's a shame.
For store locations, offer details, and limitations, visit batteriesplus.com.